Okay, so here is the answer to your sheet from yesterday. Chocolate chip cookie dough. You see the difference here? Kind of funny, right? Guys, these last few might have been a little tricky. That's okay. Just make sure you get the ones that are at the top right. It's just a matter of plugging in the number, but you needed to make sure you had the right set of functions, okay? So take a minute and check, and then we will start graphing. Okay, actually, I apologize. We're not going to start graphing. I'm going to give you some extra practice on evaluating piecewise functions. So grab this sheet here. I've X'd out the B part at the bottom and C. All I want you to do is 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is extra practice. And I'm going to pause and let you work on this for a few minutes, and then I'll give you the answers to these, okay? So grab this sheet, and I will be right back. Okay, so here are the answers to those. I think they were pretty simple. Make sure you follow the rules with the fraction here, 6/3 when you did f of 3. I didn't think they were too bad. Hopefully that went off uneventful. And if you have any questions, try them again. Don't give up so quickly. You're literally just plugging them in, okay? All right, so now we are going to move on to graphing. And we need this sheet here, okay? This is really broken down extremely well. So we're going to do the first two. Actually, we're going to do 1 and 3 together. So 2 and 4, I'm going to let you do, okay? So let's get started. So if you notice, all of these are going to be lines, okay? We have no exponents or anything like that. So if I graph this, 2 is my slope, 3 is my y-intercept. But here's where the piecewise comes in, okay? If you look at the table, they've given you values that follow the rule. X is greater than or equal to -2. So we're going to choose numbers that fit that rule. Greater than -2, -1, and 0. Okay? If it helps, draw a number line. But we will plug this in. So you're going to do the math. Y equals 2 times -2 is -4 plus 3. So y is -1. And, whoops, sorry. I'll put -1 here. And our point is -2, -1. Okay, so now we're going to do -1. Y equals 2 times -1 is -2. -2 plus 3 is +1. So we have -1, 1. Here's our points. Okay. And last but not least, we have 0. So 2 times 0 is 0 plus 3. So we have 0 plus 3, which is simply 3. 0, 3. So now we have 3 points. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to graph this piece of the line, okay, because we're only doing part of it. So let's go ahead and take these 3 points. -2, -1. Okay, so we're including this point. Okay, that's important. I'll come back to that. And then we have -1, 1 here. Okay, and then we have 0, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm going to draw my line, and I'm going to go this way, okay, because this is where my piece started. Okay, Now let's go to the other line, okay? Notice up here, this included 2. So this included 2, so there was a solid circle. Over here in my range, this is less than -2, not less than or equal. So this is going to be an open circle here, okay? All right, so let's plug new line. All right, so we have -2. Forgive me, let me erase. There we go. Okay. Y equals -2, negative on the outside. If you see, there's a negative, got a double negative, 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 plus 2. All right, so negative, negative is just 2 plus 2, which is 4. So we have -2, 4. All right, so we're less than, so it's less than -3, -4. We're going the other way. So we have -3 plus 2. So we have 3 plus 2, which is 5. So we have -3, 5. And last one, we have negative, okay. This first negative is that negative. -4 plus 2. Double negative, 4 plus 2 is 6. -4, 6. Okay, let's graph these 3 points. I need to pay special attention to this one because I am not including this -2. Okay, there's no equal, so let's go. -2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I'm going to do is this circle is going to be open. Okay? -3, 5. And then -4, 6. Okay? So here we go. Going up. I start here, so my line is this way. This is our piece. See the piece of the line here and here. Okay? Again, this is open because there is no equal sign here. Okay? All right, in a minute, I'm going to let you do 2 by yourself. So let's do number 3. If you notice, we got to choose our own values. So let's look at our line here. Here's y equals x. Y equals x. X is greater than or equal to 0. So let's use 0, 1, and 2 because I'm going greater. Okay? All right, so this one's actually really easy. So we just have 0, 1, and 2 because they're equal. Okay? So our points are 0, 0, 1, 1, and 2, 2. Now, let's graph them. Keep in mind, there is an equal sign, so our first point is we're going to include it, so it's closed. 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, and 2. So here's the piece. We're going this way. We started here because we're at 0, greater than or equal to 0. Okay? Now, here's our second one. Y equals -x. Our range, our piece, is less than 0. So we're open here, less than 0. So 0, 1, 2. -1, -2, my apologies. Less than 0, -1, -2. Okay, quick reminder, we do include 0 because we are starting here, but it's going to be an open circle. Okay? So now it's going to be 0 because there's no such thing as -0. Here, the opposite of -1 is 1. The opposite of -2 is simply 2. -1, 1, -2, 2. Okay? All right, so now we have the origin. Again, well, it's already closed, so we're clear on that. -1, 1, -2, 2. Okay, so basically, here is our graph. Okay, it's the V. Okay, what I want you to do right now is do number 2 and number 4, and I'm going to pause the video. Okay, so let's look at number 2. I'm going to do these a little quick. Here's my first line, 2/3 x. We have the x is chosen for us, 3, 6, 9, because I'm greater than or equal to 3. So this is going to be a closed circle here. Over here I have y equals 3, less than 3, so 3, 2, 1. We're including the 3, but it will be open because there is no equal sign. It's just less than. All right, so let's go over here and do our math. We chose 3, 6, 9 because we want this fraction to be super easy. So we want multiples of 3. There's a fraction here. Multiples of 3 makes this way better. So 2/3 times 3 is simply 2. So our point here is 3, 2. At a closed circle, again, because we have the equal line right there. Okay, y equals 2/3 times 6 is 4. So our point is 6, 4. And last one, 2/3 times 9 is 6. And so our point here is 9, 6. Okay, over here we have y equals 3. This is the line, but the piece starts at less than 3. 3, 2, 1. We will include 3 because that's the beginning, but we know that it will be open because there is no equal line. Okay, so easy, y is going to be 3. Okay, y equals 3. There you go. So our point is 3, 3, 2, 3, and 1, 3. Okay, this video is going to be a little long. I'm just warning you. So let's plot our points. We have 3, 1, 2, 3, 2. And it's a closed circle because there was an equal line right there. 6, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm out of room for my last point, so I'm going to go ahead and just draw my line. Okay, there's the piece. Closed circle again because our range is equal. Okay, let's go over here. 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, open. Okay, open. All right, open for once again, there is no equal line. So we have 2, 3, and we have 1, 3. So we're going to start here, and we are going that way. A question you might have is, how do you know which way you draw the line? Well, you start where your range tells you to go, okay? And you follow your points, okay? All right, let's look at number 4, going way down here. All right, here we need to choose our values. If x is greater than or equal to 0, all right, easy. We're using 0, and that will be closed. Greater than or equal to 0, 0, 1, and 2. So let's use our equation and do the math. Y equals -3 times 0 plus 1 is simply my apologies, I'm looking at a different problem. Okay. Yeah, okay. So it's going to be 1. So we have 0, 1. And then we have 1, 1. We have y equals -3 times 1 is -3 plus 1, which is -2. 1, -2. And last but not least, y equals -3 times 2, which is -6, plus 1, which is -5. 2, -5. Okay, we can go and graph these. This first point is going to be closed, 0, 1. And then we have 1, -2. Then we have 2, -5. 1, 2. Okay, how do I know which way to go? This is where I started, and this is the way I went. Okay? All right, last one. If x is less than 0, here's our equation. So less than 0, we'll use 0, but it will be open. less than 0, -1, -2. All right, so let's do the math. Y equals 2 times 0 is 0 plus 1. So we have 0, 1. Y equals, let's see, 2 times -1 is -2 plus 1, which is -1. So we have -1, -1. And then we have, last but not least, 2 times -2 is -4. -4 plus 1 is -3. Okay? All right, so let's move over here. 0, 1, 0, 1. So again, we're using the same point here, but it's closed, so we're good. Second one is -1, -1 here. And last one is -2, -3 here. Kind of close to an upside down V. Okay. All right, so we are going to pause and work on a few examples. Okay.